Hello, I'm going to be doing a GIMP tutorial today, and we're going to start from scratch. I'm going to show you where you can go to download it. It is a free photo editing program, and it's also open source. What you want to do is go to GIMP, GIMP.org. As soon as the screen loads up, you go to download. There are user manuals for just about every language. You would click on this for the download itself. It takes a little while to download. I already have it I have it pre-downloaded, I believe. Once you have it downloaded, you open up the program. It takes a few seconds for it to start. It's a very large program. And what I'm going to show you how to do today is to digitally edit a traditional drawing. So here's the program opened up here. I'm going to select one of my original drawings. Let's see. Let's go with if I can see if I can find any. Okay. This is basically for drawings that you have done in pencil or paint or something, and you just want to adjust the color a bit, just a bit. I am going to go ahead and select this one. So you open with, choose Program, Browse. I'm going to search for GIMP. We're going to use GIMP. That doesn't seem to be working. Sometimes, if GIMP doesn't seem to be coming up, a good thing to do is cancel. A good thing to do is to go to your program, search programs, go to GIMP, right-click, and drag onto your desktop and hit copy here. And then all you have to do is right-click on this picture that you want to open with, choose default program, browse, just click on your desktop and it'll be right there on your desktop. Hit OK. That'll open up. This window here is where your picture, where you'll be editing your picture. For right now, we're not going to use any of these. I'm going to full screen this, drag these down just a bit, and let's go ahead and make the image, zoom in on the image, about 50%. That's how you zoom in. It's a very important feature. I'm actually gonna, let's see, fit image in window. Okay, you see how it's the colors are kind of dull. We're going to brighten those up a bit so it looks more like the original drawing that you scanned into your computer. We want to go to colors and then curves. And with this tool, you can adjust the colors by clicking on this bar here, dragging it up and down, so that way the colors look right. Don't want it to be too bright, don't want it to be too dark. Now look how bright and lovely those colors are. Hit OK. Now if you want to save your changes, but you don't, but you want to continue working on it for whatever reason, and you don't want to save it as an image file, you just hit save, and it automatically saves it as an XCF, which is an editable GIMP file. You can't preview it in any sort of program or print it off that way. It doesn't work. If you do want to save your changes and you feel that you're done with your picture, you go to Export. You go down here. You can just save it as a JPEG if you like, but I don't like saving it as a JPEG in case I would like to edit it further down the line. Every time you save a JPEG, the image compresses, which means it gets smaller, the pixels get closer together, and it gets more pixelized, and sometimes it gets blurrier if you try to make the image larger. If you save it as a PNG file, scroll down, PNG, PNG, we call it PNG image, it does not compress. Give it a lovely name like Not a Fish. Export. Compression level, you want to put that down at 0 so it doesn't compress. You don't have to, well, I would recommend having the resolution saved because we don't want that to get any bigger or smaller for whatever reason. When we hit export, it saves, and there it is. Not a fish. You can preview that. You can see your original drawing. There's the preview. You can just use the arrows down here or on your keyboard. That way, there's that. It's the original one that I edited, and this one's the one that we just did now. Look how bright and vivid those colors are. Close out of this. And let's go ahead and close out of this. This is asking if you want to save your project. We don't want to do that right now. You can if you'd like, but it will just create an unnecessary file for right now, at least for what we're doing. We're going to close without saving, because it doesn't mean that it didn't save this. We already saved that. Okay. Now we're going to do something completely different. I'm going to go ahead and open up this picture. Okay. Let's zoom in on this about 25%, or you can just fit image in window. And what we're going to do is we're going to color this picture. To do that, we don't really want to edit the original image at all. And actually, before we do that, something that I like to do is make the white whiter and the darks darker. Drag that bar down there, drag this one up. Nope, that's not what we want to do. And drag this one up. Just kind of have to eyeball it to see how it looks. See if it looks right. So, if you want to look at your original image, how it looked before, you can go to this window here, and it'll have your undo section right here. It'll be the base image, here'll be the original. Looks like it really didn't change all that much, but it really did. We'll zoom in and I'll show you. Let's go about 100%. Here's the original. Here's that one. Really is a remarkable difference. You can't see it really far away, but you can up close. So that's sort of a darkish gray, almost black, and that's a true black. No, that's not the way we wanted. Fit image in window. Okay, go to the layer menu and go to, go to new layer. Want to make sure it's transparent. It's going to sit right on top of the original layer. It's going to be completely invisible, and you can see that layer here. Those checkers, that's not checkers don't represent what the layer actually looks like. It just means that it's transparent. And now what we're going to do is grab this free select tool, and let's select a part of this bunny to color. Let's actually zoom in a little bit more, about 50%. We'll color its eyes. You can just select along the line by clicking every so often. You can just draw it, but it's a bit more difficult that way. You can just draw the line on, but we're not going to do that. Select along the lines. That's what I would recommend, at least. Don't worry if you don't get it all, you can fix that later. I'll show you how. Okay, so now that area of the eye is selected. Hit the paint bucket, and this will fill a selected area, and only the selected area. You can choose a color. Let's give it a nice medium reddish color. And then we click in the area and it fills it for us. And notice if you click anywhere else on here, it doesn't fill it. It will not fill anything except the selected area. So if you want to do something else, select your free select, grab your free select tool. Also call it the lasso tool because it looks kind of like a lasso. Select something else. Make sure you grab your paint bucket. Click on that. Now it's filled. Now we want to save our progress so far. You want to go to Save. Let's name it Evil Bunny. And then save. And that is how you do that.
Did you just draw that?
No.
It's adorably